hello.
Gail, I feel like I've had the whole day with you today, and it's only been just a little while.
Gail and Tiffany go for a ride, yeah.
Yeah, so we were trying to figure out what to call this podcast, and I think we've kind of settled on...
I like just saying.
Just saying.
Just saying.
We're
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying stuff and things to you and to everybody else.
Cool.
Have you ever done a podcast before?
Yes, but an interview.
Okay.
And
yeah,
it was,
I feel the same way.
For the Vast of Night, shameless plug. When that film came out, I did several. It was really cool.
Was it like a junket thing where you're like sitting in front of people that are like...
No, it was like I was sitting in my home because this was last May. So I'm sitting in my home at my table at my computer. But it was still fun, And a lot of people who really knew a lot about the film, who did a lot of research. I was really impressed. It was great.
Yeah, I get interviewed quite a lot, which is easy when you're talking about the same thing over and over and over again. But the off-the-cuff stuff is like, well, you may not like this. Well, I don't really care if you like this, because you and I are going to have a good time.
Yeah. Okay.
I watch one of my favorite podcasts. Do you listen to podcasts?
No, I really don't.
Oh, man, I'm a junkie, mainly because the commute here every day to Media Tech, which, by the way, we want to thank Media Tech Institute for producing this for us. Pam and Jordan are our engineer and our videographers. We appreciate you so much.
And our intern over here.
And our intern, Madison. Madison, say hello. Yay. So I listen to a podcast on my way to work every day, and it is awesome, and it's called My Favorite Murder. And it's these two chicks that are pretty cool like you and me are. Yeah. They're a little maybe not as mature as we are. I'm going to say maybe they're probably in their 30s, but that doesn't matter.
It's close.
But they're super fun, and basically they chit-chat about what's going on in their lives, and then they tell a murder story.
Ooh.
And they're really good at telling it, and they're pretty funny. I think they're stand-up comedians or something. So.
When I don't want to hear about stuff like that is right before I go to sleep.
Yeah.
Because my boyfriend has this habit of, let me tell you what's going on in the news today. Oh, my God, you won't believe what I'm reading. And he tells me these awful things, and then I can't go to sleep. So as long as it's not right before bed.
I need to meet your boyfriend because I've only seen him running back and forth behind your Zoom chats.
I love it. Yeah.
Every once in a while, we'll be on a Zoom chat or like a really serious meeting or something, and I'll just see this like little person. It's like a little mouse going back and forth, but her door's cracked just a little bit. She has no idea that he's going back and forth.
No, I usually know. I just ignore it. I hope nobody else sees him. That's Jim, by the way. Yeah.
Hey, Jim. Can't wait to meet Jim.
So Jim's latest project was making a little library, one of those little library boxes. That's like a dollhouse.
For your front yard?
Yeah. So we have this little library dollhouse in the front yard, and it says, take a book and leave a book. And he's put windows in it and shingles on it. And a little cat in the window. And we have mostly children's books right now, but we're sneaking in some adult stuff too. So.
I love that. We have one a street over, and my daughter will come home and she'll be like, we got it from the little library. So you are going to be making, or Jim, you're going to be making some children's hearts swell, and the possibilities of books are just endless.
Some dad jogging down the street the other day, and he stops, and he walks over to the house, and he goes through the books, and then he takes one of the kids' books, puts it under his arm, and then jogs away again. It's really great. It's great.
Yeah.
So what are we really going to talk about?
We're going to talk about stuff and things.
Okay. Stuff and things.
This is our first podcast, so we're going to do a little bit about women in film. I am Tiffany Vollmer, the president of Women in Film 2021, and this is my Veep.
Hello. Gail Cronauer.
Gail Cronauer. Have you seen that show, Veep?
Yeah, I watched it.
I love that. You talk about empowered women. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. And that leads me to the next thing that we've got to mention is that it is International Women's Month.
Yes, it is.
If you're a woman, take your right hand and put it on your left shoulder and give yourself a little pat.
If you can do both hands, do both.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
too.
you know.
And you can just do this. This is good for your skin. It gets the collagen going. You can do this. You can do this. Yeah, that's good.
Girl power. Okay. My daughter's 5, and she keeps going into the girls rule and boys drool. And I'm like, yeah, we kind of need them to be on our side, though. We're not really going to.
I saw this little video. I don't even know where it was. It was on Facebook or whatever. And it's girls are raised from very young to serve men. So it's this little girl in a little dress coming in with a little teacup. And there were 3 boys playing on the ground, on the floor. And she brings it in, the little teacup, and the one boy drinks it. She goes out. She comes in with another little teacup, and they drink the water. She goes out. 3rd little teacup to the 3rd boy. And the last shot is a little girl in the bathroom, in the toilet, dipping the little teacup into the toilet and smiling at the camera.
Oh, that is so cute.
So be careful.
My daughter wrote a movie this week, and it's, it doesn't matter how much you try to, hey, there's other things besides princesses. My daughter is just going to go to princess, all the time. And so it's the elves versus the humans. And the elf princess is going to win. Now, she's 5, right? And I'm going to have to draw all of the characters. And she's not going to have any, she's not going to have any real actors. She's only going to have voice actors. And I'm going to have to draw.
It's better for budget.
Well, yeah. She's the best producer ever. Listen, because not only am I doing all of the voices, but I'm drawing all of the characters. And I'm going to have to draw all of the backgrounds. And the only thing we know about the movie is that the elf princess wins and that there is a love interest because as she nudges me and winks at me, everybody loves a sequel.
Oh, whoa. And she's how old?
She's 5.
Oh, whoa.
Oh, my goodness. So,
she's right.
Yeah, well, and this is the next generation of women that are going to take over for us. So women in film, let's go ahead and give a little history about who we are and where we came from. And you've been around for a lot longer of the history than
which
I
means
have.
I'm older. So let's see. So I came to Dallas decades ago to teach at SMU. So I was in the theater program at SMU for, 6-7 years. It was my tenure year, and I went, I don't want to be tenure. I'm not ready to be a professor, so I quit.
Oh, my God.
And started freelancing. Unfortunately, my husband and I had 2 kids and no full-time employment after that. So I hustled for years and ended up, I was already working a lot on stage, getting to do a lot of work on film television. Got a full-time job at Collin College, which was great because it was a paycheck, it was benefits, it was health insurance. My husband was not well. It was long-term care insurance. So that put my kids through college, took care of my husband, got me some benefits now. So I did that, even being discipline lead of the theater discipline until last August, and retired. And this is the best time to retire. This pandemic thing has just been dreadful. And it's a good thing I did because I've not been happy with some of the things that have been going on up there. We won't say any more about that now. And I probably would have gotten my butt fired if I'd stuck around. So my thing has always been to, I've got a family and 2 kids that I love and a husband and this is great. And, I have to go to a play. Or now back home. And now I have to teach. Now back home. Now I'm doing a movie. Now back home. And I've just been dizzy for decades. So now that I've left that and my kids have moved off to their lives, I'm focusing on stuff that I want to do. So I've been really fortunate to have a couple of great projects come out. I'm very involved with SAG-AFTRA, which is nice. I'm still a little bit involved with Equity, which is having a very difficult time now as a union. So we'll see. We'll see what happens in the next couple of years. So,
awesome. And when did you get involved with women in film?
Well, I joined Women in Film long time ago. But
we've been around for 37 years.
Right. So there's a good chance that it was after the first or second year that I was actually involved. But because I was doing so many other things, I didn't get to spend a lot of time really working with them. So it's just been the last couple of years that I've really been able to kind of come back in and maybe do more than just show up for the occasional meeting, But that's what women do, though. In my experience, they have their professional life and they have a family, and then they have their social organizations or service organizations. But it's like I'm working now. I'm on a gig. I'm not going to be back for 5 months, so I'll check back in with you when I get back. So it's really hard in spite of all the advances that we've made, it's still very hard to stay equally involved in all those different areas of your life. So that's what happened during the pandemic. How many women have left the workforce? Lots, because it was like, well, somebody's got to stay home and teach the kids and do that. So it's having some huge effects on women in the workplace. So
I do have to say that Johnny Woodstock, you are a saint. My husband is the one that took it for the team and has been, really being the best stay-at-home dad ever. And, given me the opportunity to go out and do what I do. So very grateful. Thank you, Johnny Woodstock. You're amazing. I love you, hubs. So yeah, we've got, this was the first year we were able to really plan stuff. And I'm so glad I get to see you in person. I've seen her
this is
on
weird, right?
I've seen her on Zoom for
like you're three-dimensional.
Yeah. Ooh, she doesn't. And so we're going to try to do some hybrid stuff where we can actually get the girls together and our gentlemen that are also members, because we've got a lot of male friends that come and we support their work as well, and they support us in all the things that we do. So our next, what we're doing right now is we've got the Topaz Film Festival is open and accepting films. If you go to our website, which is wifdallas.org, you can find right there, smack dab in the middle of our page, is the Topaz Film Festival accepting submissions. And we started back in February. And that will give you all of the information on how to get your film into the festival. There are a couple of qualifications. You have to have a female, and at least there's a couple of different roles that have to have a woman as the primary, like producer, director, leading actress, in order for your film to be considered. So make sure you check all that out. We've been doing we had our first monthly Monday meeting in March. That's a lot of M's there. We're doing M&Ms. So every first Monday of the month, we're going to get together and check in with each other. And if you've got people that you want to bring along that might want to become a member and just want to see what we're up to, that's what we're going to be doing on Mondays. Yeah. We are also doing the Women's Workup, which I have to say I was not able to be a part of last night, and I really hope that I didn't let anybody down out there. I can't even get into it. Our first one was almost successful, except for where we had to get a new Zoom link. So I'm guaranteeing you next Wednesday, we're going to be rocking and rolling on the Women's Wednesdays. And that's a chance where you come and you bring your passion project, because we've got so much going. Well, you don't, Miss Retired Lady. But I've got, running a school and, got a kid and a husband I try to keep happy sometimes. Is that even a thing? Bless his heart. I love you. I love you. And so, but every Wednesday for 2 hours from 7 to 9, I can work on something, and I make the whole family go away, and I make the husband go away, and it's just me and the ladies, and we show up for each other, and we find out what projects people are working on. We find out what help, support that they need. If they need a table read, if they want to get that up on their feet, we'll, bring them out and hopefully get back in person soon, so we can really get some things accomplished.
Well, the nice thing about last time,
yes,
last night I was, retired person over here, reading grants. The city of Dallas has $400,000 to give away to arts projects and organizations for capital investments and this kind of stuff. So I'm reading a lot of grants because I'm on that committee this year. So I was involved too. But the great thing about the last Wednesday workup was we have one of our members who has been part of the Sundance Screenwriting Institute, and she's working on this screenplay that is moving along really well, and she needed time to talk with women.
Yeah.
She needed a time out. So if you just need a time out, this is a place to have a time out too. So.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, if you need to go away for a minute, you just keep your camera on and you just do your work, and you turn us down while we're all chatting it up on the Zoom. And then when you're ready to chime back in, or you need to take a break, or you just need a breather, or you've had an epiphany and you've got to share it with somebody right this minute, that's what
there it is.
That's what we're here for.
Yep. Yeah.
And then hopefully we can plan some in-person hybrid meetings where we're meeting at a coffee shop, and then we still have our friends on our computer desktops while we're working, and we're all still being together. If you have any suggestions for women-owned businesses that you would like to suggest that we have one of these Wednesday Workup meetings, go ahead and send us a little note. Drop us a line.
That'd be great.
We will consider it. We've got women from all over the Metroplex. So if it were up to me, everything would happen in East Dallas, off Greenville, or off Lower Greenville Avenue. But we do know that we've got friends in Plano and Frisco. Kimmy, our new Grants and Scholarships chair, is out there a little bit further out. So we want to make sure that we are able to locate and go to you, even if you're not on Lower Greenville, which is still a really great place to be, by the way. So anyway, that's what's up so far.
I want to put in more of a plug for the film festival.
Yes.
I know there are film festivals all over the place. I mean, we're stumbling over them, but I had the chance, because I'm a member of Women in Film, which is a part of the network of Women in Film Television, WIFD, US. And if you are a member of Women in Film Dallas, you are also a member of WIFD US to have access to their events. And there was a great discount to South by Southwest virtual, which I did last week. And that took me into something called an offering. It was overwhelming. The website was like, whoa, there are all these things, because it's music and it's technology and it's culture and, film and docs and narratives. I mean, it's amazing. Also, great ways to network and get in little Zoom rooms and meet people and do all kinds of stuff. But I did a 90-minute film school, and it got me into these sessions with women who are working to change the way that films are marketed and distributed. And wow, it was incredible. And the woman who founded Seed and Spark was one of the participants, and she did a follow-up thing with a couple of other women on Monday, and they have a whole series of offerings, including some kind of boot camp, let's change the world thing that's going on this summer. But these are women who are saying, we're going to change the way that it's been done. Old-time distribution is not happening anymore. You have to find your audience, and they're out there, and you have to capture them. And this is where the connection to Film Fest go, because Film Fests are where it's happening. And one of the women on the panel that's her thing, film festivals, and that finding your festival, finding your people. She talked about one woman who'd made a film. Its star was a Latina woman, 65 years old. Not going to be mainstream appeal to everybody. But they did a lot of research and found out that those people who might watch that film are on Dish TV. So she got on Dish TV, and man, she made all of her money back and then some. So that's the future of distribution. So if you join Women in Film Dallas and then get access to WIFD US, you'll find out about lots of stuff like this. So just putting it out there. I'm just saying.
She's just saying.
Just saying.
She's just saying. We're so lucky that you do have the time to sift through. We get a lot of emails and
yes, incredible.
People wanting us to, check out this or that. And Gail kind of sifts through and gets to the really good stuff. So thank you, Gail, for doing that and bringing it to our attention.
Very welcome.
I did a thing.
What was your thing?
I was on
Cinematic
Conversations with Bart Weiss. Is it Weiss?
Weiss.
Weiss.
Yeah.
And we just talked just like you and me are doing right now. But our topic was No Man Land. And it was really fun. And he's got his Zoom audience, and they were hanging out.
It goes out on Facebook.
It goes out on Facebook.
Right.
Yeah, I think we're going to maybe put a link to it on the website so that you guys can check out this little conversation.
Bart is Dallas Video Association. He's also on the faculty at UT Arlington. To shout out to Bart, who's he's a treasure in this
He's
neighborhood.
So fun and easy to talk to, too. I'd never even met him before, and then all of a sudden I'm sitting on a Zoom chat, going out to all of his people, and we just kind of hit it off.
Yeah.
In fact, they've invited me to do another couple of things with them, so
cool. All right.
you know. Well, what else do we have to talk about? Because I think we should wrap it up pretty soon. We got to give you guys something to look forward to next month.
Right. I just have one quickie plug, and that is, in this COVID time, people have been looking to generate their own work. And as a member of SAG-AFTRA, it's like, oh, how can I make my work with a SAG contract? And there's a new micro-budget contract. And you can, get online. It's one page, and you're off and doing it. There are a lot of limitations, but at least you're working with the protection of the union. So I just want to do that. I'm working on 2 episodic pilots, maybe, wouldn't it be nice, that are micro-budgets. So just check that out. SAG-AFTRA Dallas, Fort Worth.
Awesome. Well, this has been fun.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying. It's been pretty fun.
I'm just saying, too.
Yeah, and thanks again to Media Tech Institute and
Jordan, Pam, and Madison.
Madison, our new intern. If you, just so you know, this is also one of the perks that we are going to try to spotlight members and bring you onto our show so you can just say things with us. So start showing up for Women in Film things, and we love you out there.
Stay in touch.
Stay safe.
Bye-bye.